All right. Hello. I think you can hear me here. Let me. I need to fix this because I can't find my. Here we go. Boom. Okay, guys. Today I wanted to talk about Princess Cruise Lines mainly, and then whatever else you all say if you come in. I don't know if anyone's going to be able to pop in though right now because it is 5 p.m. Eastern, and a lot of people are in the transit phase to home from work. It is Friday. And a lot of people don't want to be on YouTube live right now, and I'm one of them. But I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and get live tonight, and get on here and pump out a live stream, aka podcast, kind of not really kind of thing. But thank you for stopping in to the Nautical Wanderers Podcast. I am Kelman from Kellman Explores. This is on my channel, but I share this podcast with my beautiful wife, Brittany Wanders. She's currently not here. She is working, busy working out of town, but maybe she'll pop in the live chat. You never know with her. But we have some interesting, well, exciting news. I won't say interesting because interesting is kind of like a loaded word. Some people may, and exciting is too. You may not find it exciting or interesting, and I may, that kind of thing. Anyway, I want to talk about Princess Cruise Lines or Princess Cruises. I think Princess Cruise Lines. So they're part of the Carnival Corporation, worldwide corporation. They're not, it's not Carnival Princess. It's Princess. It's its own entity, but it's part of the international brand that is Carnival Corporation. And hold on, water break. Anyway, whew. We have an exciting cruise next year planned. I don't know exactly the dates, or I don't really talk about dates specifically. Those of you who follow me on all my social media platforms, you may already know the date, so there's that. But we have a pretty big cruise plan for next year, basically in Norway/Iceland kind of thing on Princess. And it's one of their newer ships, not the newest ship, but it's a fairly new ship. And we're excited because we both never have been on Princess Cruise Lines and have always wanted to go. We are intrigued by it. We hear a lot of mixed reviews, usually good, that it's more for an older crowd. But I hate saying that because I feel like I am now in the older crowd, or I call it the hip crowd, the experienced crowd. We know what we want. We don't really need the rock wall and water slides. They're nice, but we barely do those things. We'd rather have amenities and more luxury. And I think Princess is kind of on that track, offering more of a luxury experience versus Carnival. That's just my opinion. I've never been on it, but just by watching other YouTubers and other people on social media with their videos, pictures, opinions about Princess Cruise Line, I formulated my own kind of. I read the cover, the picture. I read a book by its cover, and it looks good to me. I don't see anything wrong. I think some of the older ships in the fleet, of course, same thing with all brands, may have some issues, but it's not something that'll turn me off, especially if I'm trying a newer ship with the fleet. I'm not at all worried. I have tried Celebrity now. In fact, I feel like I'm a Celebrity cruises expert now after trying Celebrity for the first time last December. It's coming up to our anniversary with Celebrity. Wow. It's been a great run so far. Of course, a lot of our cruises have been casino offers with the Celebrity cruises. Same thing with Princess. We actually have a casino offer because they matched my Royal Caribbean offer. That's another video I have out. So those of you who don't know, Princess is one of the few brands that offer a casino offer match. So anywhere from on land, from like a Vegas casino brand like Caesars, and any cruise ship brand also, they will. Sorry, my eyes are watering. I have the fan on me. I probably shouldn't do that anyway. Ooh. They are offering a casino offer match, so match for match, basically. So if you have like a suite match on another brand for 7 days, they're offering you a suite on a ship. And actually, they offered us up to 14 days in a mini suite with Princess, fully comped. All we pay is $200 deposit each, which becomes onboard credits. So that is $400. The taxes and gratuities, I believe. Those are optional, of course, during the time of booking, or you can pay for them when you're on the ship. the gratuities. And so basically, I matched an offer I had from Royal Caribbean for a junior suite, which is equivalent to a mini suite with it's just a different name. So it's not quite a big suite, but it's in the suite class. It's the bare minimum in the suite class. And it was for a 3-day cruise on Utopia. I had an offer basically, though it could have been for many other brand ships in Royal Caribbean with a junior suite, but I picked Utopia. And Princess matched that and gave me up to 14 days and 12 months to find a cruise that was to my liking. And of course, we found one next year. So we are in the planning phase for that. The airfare is something very important to be monitoring, and then purchasing when the time is right. We are still far out, so we have that luxury of monitoring the prices and then pouncing on them when they seem to drop. They are about mid-range right now, but I think they're going to go down a little bit. I have a feeling maybe a little closer to the holidays and then after the holidays, not quite during the holidays, because that's when a lot of people book vacations as a group, like, Christmas Day, everybody, let's plan a trip, and that kind of thing. That's just my theory. I don't know. What do you think about that? Is that true? I think so. I think prices go up during the holidays for future travel with airfare. I could be wrong. Let me know. Hey, Kathy Maple. How are you? Hi there, live celebrity. Thank you. How are you? How did you fare during I saw there was some flooding in Oldsmar for quite a while from Milton, right? And we had worse damage from Helene up here. And we just lost power, but our road, we have some roof leaks now. It's been pretty bad. And we got the less of the bad up here. Forgive me if I didn't see your post till now, but I see it now. Put it up there. But I'm talking about Princess. I think you've been on Princess quite a few times, but we're going for the first time next year on a Norway Iceland cruise, and we're excited about that. And I was kind of briefly talking about how we got that cruise, and now I'm going to talk about what Princess has to offer. So, as Kathy may already know, and maybe most of you know, sorry for the crinkling noise here, but I ordered my medallion. I want it now. You could order it for free to the cruise port that you're going to depart from. And a cruise medallion is basically it's kind of like an air tag, but it has technology that I can't open this. But anyway, I bought some of these on Amazon. They're way cheaper than the ones Princess sells, but they're little silicone wristbands for your medallion. And the medallion acts as your onboard account, your room key. Although on the medallion class ships, you don't have to do anything. You just approach the door. The door has like some light, usually near the doorknob or somewhere, that illuminates green, and then you can just open the door without having to swipe anything. So your hands can be full, you can whatever, and just go in your room. You don't have to sit there and swipe or tap or do anything. So I'm really excited to try Princess for that main reason. Actually, their onboard technology, evidently on the newer ships specifically, but they're phasing it in to all their ships. And I'm excited to do that big time. We lost everything. Oh no. Woke up to water in my knees. Oh my gosh, Kathy. That's horrible. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh, that is a flood zone. We live not too far from you back in the day. Well, I shouldn't be saying, you know what I mean. But and I remember we always got alerts, but we were like, it can never do it. And sure enough, it did do it. And I guess everybody there, it's just a lot of damage. That's a lot of houses in there. Nice houses, nice properties, and that's sad. Hopefully you're getting help, and I think FEMA, hopefully, in home insurance. But FEMA, I read, is being very difficult to get the funds that you all deserve. People who are really impacted, because they're trying to really make sure you go through your insurance, and they want to see more, like, where the insurance denied you before they help you at all. I've read a lot of bad stories where other people are just filing claims and getting checks like the same day, and so I don't know why that's happening, but I'm sorry if you're going through that. It was bad. I can imagine that's a very low-lying area, but man, hopefully next year, Florida, and especially in that area, your area, you get a break, because I feel like there was a lot last 12 months that just has been relentless. Like, what was there, four storms that have gone kind of through in that area or up here by us and you, and we thought we were fine up here, but we lose power every time. Luckily, this time it was for 4 to 5 days. The When we had Maria, it was for like almost 3 weeks, and it was horrible. We had mold just because in Florida, when you don't have drinking, the moisture, it's the humidity, it was bad. You are moving to Citrus County. Okay, that's close. That's like mid center Florida, right? Honestly, we've talked about moving close to that area. I think that's where that is. I don't know. I should know. Not quite Orlando, but closer to Port Canaveral, either in Davenport, kind of closer to Tampa in Orlando, or on the other side of Orlando. So you're not in the city, but you're close to the airport. You're close to the port, but not quite on the coast, not quite in the city, somewhere in between. And we think that would be probably the best move for us because we like to travel so freaking much, and that way it's a lot cheaper. We don't have to park at the airport, maybe, which that adds up pretty quick. Inverness area. Okay. Okay, cool. I think that's a good idea. Let me close some of these tabs here. I got way too many tabs open on my internet here. Okay, I'm pulling it up on the map here because okay, you're a little closer to me up here. I'm right in Gainesville, Florida, pretty much. I work in Gainesville. We've talked about even that area, but more towards the center, like not the villages, but somewhere right around there. Like we really liked, I think it was Davenport. It's actually southwest of Orlando, I think. Yeah, there it is, Davenport. It's because you don't want to live. It's too expensive to live in Orlando. They have some crazy real estate prices in there, and it's a joke. It's a big time joke when you look in there. The prices that they're charging, and then everything that's not a house has a big time HOA. We're talking minimum of $500 a month, and I'm like, that's ridiculous. That's the thing. That's why we're still here because we locked in this mortgage. That's why so many people are, and you can't find anything now for this size or this amount of land for the same payment. No way, no way, Jose. They claim our house like doubled in value, but we wouldn't get that for it because it needs to be remodeled. And so if we sold this, we could never. We would have to get something way smaller to keep the same price. And we really like the land. We don't like the house so much, but the land. We've talked about maybe building something here. We don't know. It's stressful to think about all that too. It's like, oh, because then you got to travel and you got to have fun. You got to do everything. But talking about Princess again, the medallion. I'm pretty sure you have been on Princess. I remember you telling me, and I'm really excited to try the medallion technology, the medallion class, and with us having a mini suite, which is basically just a nice balcony room. It's not super big or anything. I think we get access to, or maybe free laundry. That might be about. I don't remember actually. I should know, but I'm really excited to try that technology where like you can order a drink and they know where you're at. Pretend this is my band. Well, I think you have to be in certain areas. You can't just be like hiding from them, but sit down in a public area. They will find you. But I've read some mixed reviews on that sometimes it's a 5 minute wait, and one person put, we waited 45 minutes for drinks and food, and the food order was completely wrong. And I'm like, hopefully that doesn't happen. But I wouldn't really order food because food is so easy to get unless you're just in a good spot and you don't want to leave. You found a good little comfy spot and you just want to enjoy a couple hours there watching something, a show or something, or a live music. But I'm excited to try that. And that's what you use to get on and off the ship, I believe, too, if I'm not mistaken. Um, oh, you've never been on Princess. Okay. You've been on Celebrity or Norwegian. I have been on Celebrity nor Norwegian and Royal. Okay. I've been on those too. So, okay. Well, if you don't go before me, I'll have to tell you how it is. I'm excited to try it. I've seen a lot of mixed reviews. People say the clientele is older, but I don't know what that means really because people said that about Celebrity, and I feel like Celebrity was like a mixed crowd. I think Celebrity, there's less families with young people or young kids. There's families and groups, but there's not like someone bringing their 5 kids on usually on Celebrity. And I think Princess is going to be about the same. Like it's more of like people who don't want the water slides or they don't need the rock wall and all that junk. They just want to go and have good service, good food, good experiences, and maybe without a lot of kids or big family groups. And there's nothing wrong with them, but yeah, it's not fun to hear a bunch of screaming. My last cruise, I couldn't even go out on my balcony for long because there was a kid next door in his balcony with his, I guess his dad or somebody. They were always out there, and the kid was just screaming. Always. I never heard it in the room, thankfully, but just always out there, beep, bop, bop, bop. And I get it here and there, but every time, day or night, I would go out there screaming, making noise. I did not like it. Have you done Disney in Holland? I have not. Hey, KB, hello. I have not done either of those. I'm interested to try both of them. Probably Disney the least. Disney I wanna experience because I heard that they have very good service, very good food, and I want to try the rotational dining aspect where you and your server you rotate every night to one of the different restaurants. So you eat in a different restaurant every night. And I don't know if your table number stays the same, I doubt it, but your server comes with you. And it's like this, I don't know, that sounds interesting. Different, but very interesting. KB, I was talking about going on Princess and the technology that they have on board. I'm really excited to try it. And I broke down some of the stuff they have. So I won't be able to see your comments for a second, guys. Let me see if maybe I can pull this out here. I'll come back to them because it takes me off of the comment page when I look at this. And hopefully my camera is working good. I'm kind of got a little setup here that's not my normal, but I'm just trying to adapt. I figured I would go live tonight. I need to. I have not been on YouTube in quite a while, actually. When I looked, I'm like, oh my God, I need to do something. So, Princesses claim their claim to being different and unique in the cruise industry is a focus on destination immersion. So, Princess emphasizes immersive destination experiences with programs like More Ashore, which allows for longer stays and more overnight visits in select ports. They often tailor their onboard activities, dining, and entertainment to reflect the cultures and flavors of destinations being visited. And during my travel agent training for Princess, I did see all that, and I thought that was really cool. Princess actually is the only cruise brand that has lodges that they actually own and operate in Alaska. So they have their own like hotel lodges. They aren't like Kellman's Mountain View Hotel partner. It's a Princess. I don't think anyone can just show up. I think it's only for cruise guests who want to extend the journey beyond the cruise, either before or after. They have that option in Alaska and a couple of other places around the world. And that's the More Ashore program, and that's one of the ways that they differentiate. I know everybody has cruise tours, they call them. So like I know Royal Caribbean and Carnival even does that in the Alaska area, but Princess kind of has a more immersive or we cover everything kind of vibe, and it is a little more money, I think, if you're booking that full package deal with land and sea. But I feel like you're probably going to get your money's worth out of them based on what I saw in my training. And they also have, of course, the more what was I going to say? Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm thinking of a different brand completely. Never mind. I'm thinking of, oh my gosh, NCL, More at Sea. You're excited to do Princess also. KB is like, yeah. I think Princess is going to be as close to celebrity versus anything else that I've tried. And celebrity, I'm not saying it's the best, but so far, minus some details in the ship, maybe, and maybe some food or something in the stateroom. The food is usually really good, and the service has always been great. Best security team at sea. I never felt more. I feel like they would take a group photo with me every day. Like there's really, really kind security staff, which is hard to find. Kathy Maple, we did Holland to Alaska and Panama. I've heard about Holland America that it's more of an older vibe, and that's a very kind of discriminatory way of saying that it's for old people. I guess it's not. It's not. I hate to say that, but that's what everybody else says. I've never been, and I think what it is the itineraries are more longer. They're longer itineraries, or they're more niche places. They're not big we're not going to Orlando, we're not going to Key West. Maybe they do, but so I think less families and young people are interested in these longer, more expensive itineraries. So I think that's what happens. Like Panama, for instance, you're not going to see a lot of like 20-year-old couples and families with their kids on the Panama cruise. I think you will, but not like what you would see on a 7-day or a shorter cruise. And so I think that's why it gets the impression. I heard that some of the people on one of my last celebrity cruises said Holland has the best food in the main dining room. And again, this is also a Carnival Corp brand, Holland America and Princesses. So that it's interesting how Carnival Corporation can have these different experiences and reviews with so many different. They're different, but they should be kind of parallel. Like Costa, I think from seeing the stuff I've seen recently is like the worst for the cruise industry out there, in my opinion. And I may never try that brand. It would have to be completely free. I'm talking like, just come on board, please. We're free, that kind of thing. So I'm not excited to ever try Costa because of that. But I think Holland America gets a bad rap. So does Celebrity and Princess for being geared for. I think they're geared for people financially okay. People who are like, okay, yeah, I want my airfare. I want someone to take care of it for me. I just want to show up and relax. I want to be picked up at the airport. I know Holland has a good package. I have a customer that I talk to. She exclusively goes with Holland America, been all over the world. She is in her 80s, but you would think she's in her 50s. She's really active, her and her husband. And she said, they come pick me up in a black car, like a nice car, hotel door to ship door. They carry all my stuff. I don't, she gets the top of the whatever you can do. I don't know how their packages work, but she says it's the only way I travel on a cruise. And my grandmother, rest in peace, she only went on Princess. She said I would never try any other brand. I love Princess, and I think because the casino on Princess loved my grandmother, so they always kept her coming back. And so I'm excited in that reason too to try Princess because I never got to go on a cruise with my grandmother ever. She never we never really got around to planning that. I think the kids were too young. My dad, a lot of my aunts and uncles weren't interested in that thing, but the kids, the grandkids, and my grandmother we were, but it never came to be. So I think I'm gonna, have my little moment with my grandmother on my Princess cruise finally. Be like, we made it, we made it. Holland is the best besides Celebrity. Okay, those two are the best. I think they're the best. Well, Celebrity, I can't speak with Holland, but I take your word for it. I think Celebrity has the best food. The newer ships have very good entertainment. I don't know about the older ships' entertainment that much. I'm not too big of a fan. It was okay. But so far, the best thing I've ever seen, and I just rewatched my footage because I'm working on a video for YouTube, but the Aqua show on the Utopia, best entertainment show I've ever seen. Now, that's Royal Caribbean. And I think they can do something that big because it's a big ship. So again, you can't really compare this show with other shows because it's unique. No other ship has that space but the Oasis and the Icon class to put on something like that with 20 plus performers, water, lights, things moving. Like it was absurd, like insane. And then their shows and had drones coming out and in the theater, 20 dancers, 6 singers. They had lighting. It was just crazy. Now I do like the entertainment on Celebrity. Same thing. The newer the ship, the better I found the entertainment. I like the club and their newer ships, the Edge class, the club venue, which is the nightclub slash activity center, and so many things happen in there. And they're only up in their game more and more. They're just not as fast as getting out new ships, I guess, compared to their sister brand, Royal Caribbean, in my opinion. Like they trickle out a ship every couple of years, but it's like, come on, we need some more ship Celebrity. We need more big mamas, right, KB? We need something like that showing up, like a big ship. I mean, the Edge class is big, but it's not. It's I think Edge class and Virgin Voyages are about the same size. I feel like they're about the same size. They're not small, but they're considered mid-size class, mid to almost mega. Whereas Oasis Up is mega. I think the XL class is considered mega on Carnival. A water break. Anyway. Whew. Oh, sorry. I had a long day today again at work. Oh my gosh. So Princess also offers the medallion class experience. So like I said, I ordered my medallion. You do have to pay $10 in shipping, which is a rip because I've seen how they're delivered. They're in like a little cardboard little thing, envelope almost, and it's not $10 a shipping. So whatever, I get it. You could ship it for free to the port that you're going to embark from, but I didn't want to do that. I want to have everything with me so I can just roll right on and have a seamless check-in experience. So far, I've liked their app. Their web page is very easy to use, but the medallion class experience, I'm going to read it so I don't butcher it. Princess says, Ocean Medallion wearable device has transformed the onboard experience, providing truly personalized service. It enables things like contactless boarding, keyless stateroom entry, on-demand services, wayfinding, and easy communication with friends and family on board, all aimed at making the guest experience smoother and more convenient. So again, with the door thing, to me, that's a big thing because I've had so many times where I'm trying to bring breakfast and then I got to bring my card and my swipe and I'm like holding drinks but now all I got to do is open the door. So you still got to open the handle, but it knows when you're coming because sorry for the noise, but this is my band. I ordered two of them, a blue and a black one. They're like $10 on Amazon. I do have this in my Amazon store linked if you want to look at them, but you just walk in when you're in proximity to your door on the medallion class ships. Some of them are not still. So the newer the ship, the more likely it is to have this technology. Your door will illuminate green somewhere, either the whole door or around the doorknob. And that means it'll show you on the screen if your ship has a screen. Hey, Kelman, your door is unlocked. I'm like, oh, just walk right in. You don't have to swipe nothing. And that's really good for someone like me who normally has a camera and a plate of food in their hand. That's just how it works. So I'm very excited for that aspect, amongst others. I think that's like the main draw for me with that technology is it makes sense to like that should be common sense. Like it should know like when I walk into and plus they know where you're going. They know where you spend your time. I'm assuming. So anyway, like it's probably a big investment to be able to track all this, but they're collecting a lot of valuable data that I think they have the right to use in-house. Like hopefully they're not like selling it for something else, but I doubt they are. But I'm sure they could say, well, Kelman gets up at 5 a.m. and he immediately goes looking for call. Like they could see. Now again, the wayfinding, you can see like when you're roommates or you're in a group, whether you're in the same room or not, you can find each other if you opt in. You can not opt in. Like if we were all on a cruise and I opted in, you could find me on the app. Oh, he's sitting by the pool. Oh, he's blah, blah, blah. But, if you don't, you can have the choice not to. I won't be able to find you. And I don't have an issue with anyone in my group seeing where I'm at because that's where I'm at. I think for some people, though, maybe they don't want to be found, and that could be an issue or an issue can arise. But I love that. Like, what if you have somebody who's, you know, having issues mentally and they can get lost easily. Now, as long as they have their medallion on them, and you can even put it in other devices. It doesn't have to be on a wrist. It can be in a card. It can be in a pendant or a necklace, a lanyard. It can be in so many a carabiner, however you say that, like clipped onto your waist. Um, and and with children, that would alleviate a lot of stress. Like, okay, I see them. They're still at the pool. Okay, cool. Okay, yep, they're in. I don't know. I think that's pretty neat. I would love that. Also, though, with the technology comes the access to things like you can gamble now anywhere on the ship on the app. So you can gamble on Princess, I read. Maybe not on all the ships, but without leaving your stateroom. You can play games on there and make money or lose money also. Think about it that way. And I don't know if you can make points though on their gambling system, but I found that very strange and I don't know about that. That one I'm not so sure of. Uh, let's keep moving here. If anyone has comments, just comment. I'm going back and forth and I will check them out as soon as possible. Another way Princess separates itself from the fray or the regular cruise brand is innovative onboard programs and enrichment. Princess offers a variety of enrichment programs like their Discovery at Sea, a paid partnership with Discovery brand channel, featuring stargazing, wildlife encounters, and destination-inspired activities. They also partner with Voice for the Voice of the Ocean karaoke competition, and they host art-focused experiences, wine tasting, and culinary events. So that's pretty cool, but all these are probably going to be a little more expensive than, like, say, a regular excursion. So like the Discovery Channel branded excursions may be a little bit more money, but maybe they offer a more cool activity, more adventuresome activity like stargazing. That would be pretty cool. And plus you can probably do that on the ship. Uh I don't know what they give you, like binoculars or a telescope. And that's pretty neat. And I did see that in my training. They do that. And I think Disney Vacations partners with Discovery, no, not Discovery Channel, National Geographic. So some different options there for people wanting to do those super adventuresome things. And let's check back here. Nobody. It's just me in here, guys. Let's keep it moving though. Here we go. A variety of itineraries and exclusive land tours. Known for their wide variety of itineraries, Princess Cruises operates in over 100 countries and specializes in cruise tours that combine cruises with in-depth land tours. This is especially popular in Alaska, where guests can enjoy both the Alaskan coast and Denali National Park with Princess's exclusive lodges and trains. So think about that. Princess has a big investment in Alaska. They have their own. I thought it was just lodges, but maybe it's trains also. But their own. So you can't just show up there. You have to book it with Princess. I don't think you can just book land. I think you got to do cruise and land, and then that's part of a. I did read like that's their most expensive package you could probably get in Alaska is a full land cruise tour, the more shore kind of thing. And I don't know, one day it would be nice to have that relaxing before or after an Alaska cruise because cruising is relaxing, but then it's also like you're getting off every day, and then it's like, okay, let's go to the lodge for a couple of days afterwards, unwind, do a little bit of hiking, don't have to worry about hopping on the airplane right away. I really like that aspect. Then there's the train rides, very interesting. Of course, a lot of brands offer these kind of things, but I think Princess is the one that has the biggest market share in Alaska. I think they've been number one in Alaska for like the last almost 20 years, if I'm not mistaken. We're with cruise fares and cruise sales and going to Alaska. So keep that in mind. And I've never been on Princess, but I always hear about people going to Alaska on Princess. My grandmother was one of them. So it must be good. One day I'll try it. One day I'll try it. They offer fresh and inspired culinary experiences. Princess Cruises is well regarded for its culinary offerings. They partner with celebrity chefs like Curtis Stone for crafted dishes, Alfredo Marzi for Italian cuisine, and Norman Love for chocolate-based creations. They also integrate local flavors from destinations visited to give guests a culinary connection to the journey. They also have seafood from Rudy. I forget his last name, but he's also with Carnival. And they have a bunch of other cool restaurants in there. I think they call them piazzas, if I'm not mistaken, like the center of the ship kind of thing. A lot of different flavors and things around there. They also offer a laid-back luxury with consistent quality, is what they're saying. I like the consistent quality. Princess aims to offer a more relaxed yet refined cruise experience that appeals to travelers seeking balance between luxury and laid-back. That's me, elegance. The positioning has helped them retain a strong reputation for quality service and consistent onboard experience that focuses on adult-friendly couples and multi-generational appeal. And that's pretty much it. Again, I think their main thing that sets them apart is the wearable technology. Other brands have that. I know Royal Caribbean has an optional thing you can have. and also Virgin Voyages gives you a band upon check-in. But I think with Princess, they've done it first, and maybe it's the best. I haven't tried any of them, so I'm excited to start this phase in my cruise education. And we are going on also Virgin Voyages for the first time as well. So that's going to be interesting for us too, because they also have the wearable technology. They have adults only, and a lot of things they offer, or they're included in the price, including gratuities. There's not an extra fee for that. You of course can tip more in additional as you're on the ship, whether it be in cash, or you can go to the customer service and say, I want to charge a tip for this person, and I think they give you just cash back to give to them. I think something like that. But there's no prepaid gratuities. It's all built into the cruise fare. There's also Wi-Fi, your basic Wi-Fi included, your sodas and your coffee and your filtered water and some juices, I believe, are all included in Virgin. And all the dining is included in Virgin Voyages. So that's very interesting too. I think Princess does. They still have some specialty restaurants, a couple here and there on their ships. So I think they're very similar with some of the aspects with the wearable technology. I think maybe the food quality. I heard Virgin has very good food quality too. I sadly though will not be the first on my team to be on Virgin Voyages. It will be Brittany. She will be going by herself on a good deal I got for her as a travel agent, by the way, on a Virgin Voyage coming up next month. So, or this month now. Oh my gosh! So stay tuned for that. If she's not making a video, she's going to make some footage for me, and I will make a video of her solo trip and what she did and how was her experience on board the Valiant Lady here in Florida. And I'm looking forward to that too, even though I'm not going to be on the ship. It's going to be interesting to see her and what she's, her experience, because she has she has her own opinions about cruise ships, and probably way well versed in explaining them than I am. We will both be going on the same ship and the same itinerary, but next year. So then I will have my entry into the Virgin Voyages world, and I'm excited for that. So next year I'm going to be going on Royal Caribbean, Princess, Virgin, Carnival, and maybe that's it for now. Stay tuned. I don't know if there's much else to say now. Oh, hey KB. Very interesting indeed. I can't wait to try Virgin Voyage, right? That's I've been thinking about that. Isn't that strange how you think about something so far away when you may have things closer and you're like, I don't care about that stuff. I'm thinking about Princess and Virgin. Like I got my eyes, like I'm watching them. I want to see, like I've been watching YouTube. I need to stay off of YouTube and just make my own YouTube video. That's the problem, is I start watching and it's like 3 hours later. I'm like, oh my God, I watched all these videos. But what did you say here? I'm in and out helping my son move. Oh, really? Hopefully it's for a good thing. Oh, for school maybe, right? Isn't that? I have no idea when the school year. I think no, we're already in the school year. I don't know. It's a good thing. I think when you move, it's a good thing. You're either getting out of something or you're getting into something, right? That's just how you got to look at it. That's my opinion. I don't like personally moving. I want to move all the time, but I hate moving. I would rather leave my stuff, throw it away than to carry it with me. Certain things, some photos, some clothes, but I don't care about anything. I'm looking around at all this crap behind me. Gotta go. It's gotta go. No, I'm moving him back home for a few minutes. Oh, he's coming with you? Not in my room. No, I'm playing. That's right. You're always welcome back home. Kids, don't forget that. I don't know what else to talk about though. I think that's it, guys. I'm excited for Princess again. I think it's going to be interesting as someone who's never. I'm slowly, like I've done mini Carnival, Royal Caribbean, 2 Norwegian, a couple of celebrities now. I think I've done 6 celebrity maybe, and now I'm starting to do other ones again. So I tend to like the ones. I'll always love Carnival, but I'm loving this new aesthetic, the new designs. It's neat to see the different, like celebrity. I was blown away, but with how our room looked on the new ships, I was like, oh, nice. This is nice. And Princess, the new ships on Princess look really nice. Now the older ships, I think that's true for all brands. The older the ship, they got some funny green carpets and different things in there they could probably rip out. You're excited for Princess and Virgin too? Yep, me too. Hey Bill, how are you? I was rambling about my anticipation of Princess next year and Virgin Voyages with Brittany, my wife, Brittany Wonder. She's going to be on Virgin this month by herself, solo trip for the first time. And I'm like, is Virgin really a cruise line that you go on solo? But I guess it is because they have solo rooms and it's all adults. So you find the group you want to chill out with, or you can be alone. And I really, my big back wants to see the food. I want to see the galley food. They don't call it the buffet, but I think they call it the galley, right? I want to see it's like more made to order, and you sit down, you can order from your app, or you can tell them and they'll bring it to your table. You don't sit there and scoop stuff. Some of the stuff's ready to go and you can just take it, or they'll hand it to you, but you get a fresh burger. And I think that's open really late, if not 24 hours. Something in there is open. Maybe the sandwich shop is open 24 hours a day. That's my type of, I want to know if 2 a.m. comes and I want something, a little plate of chips and a little sandwich, a little grilled cheese, that it's available. You never know. I may be getting to the point of my life where Royal is getting to me. Yeah, those kids. My neighbor, my last cruise on Royal, that kid never went to bed and he was always on the balcony. And I would walk out there and I'm like, man, I can't even sit out here and just relax. Because I like with the breeze hitting you and you could sit down and look in the port and watch people walk in. I like to do that, but all I heard was wham. I'm like, go inside, go take a nap. Never went inside the whole time. That's the only issue I have with balconies is I don't want to complain. I want to complain, but I know when I complain, it's going to be like, you leave my kid out of your don't. And I would have never talked to the kid. I'm going to go, hey, can you tell my neighbor to shut up? I'm trying to enjoy my balcony. And then what are they going to do? Hello, you need to be quiet. Your neighbor over here next door is complaining. Who? And then that's it. I don't want to have to. I could foresee me having to get loud, and I don't want to do that. So I just said, you know what? Close the door. I didn't hear him in the room, thankfully, because that would have been bad. That would have been a deal breaker. But you're right. Those kids, when they're loud, and that's the thing. We don't have kids. We've talked about if we had kids, we would never let our kids just be shouting like that. A shout here and there, but then hey, you don't do that. What are you doing? But as far as like you don't see your kid, and you don't want to be the one to go up. We were on one of our group cruises on Reflection. Somebody had to tell a kid in our group. I don't know if you were told about that, KB, but I think you were. I don't remember. I had too many martinis. But a kid stomped on one of our adult friends' foot in the pool, like boom. He's like, whoa, watch it, kid. I'm in the pool. I'm walking here. What's wrong with you? Stay in your lane. Then a few minutes later, the dad came up and said, hey, you don't talk to my kid. You talk to me. He sounded like, I'm like, oh. It sounded like, say hello to my, like Scarface. I'm like, oh, and he went, and instead of reacting, he just removed himself from the situation. But I mean, he wasn't doing anything wrong. He was just like, hey kid, watch where you're going. And the kid's like, and I'm like, come on, kid, don't do him like that. Oh, those darn kids. Definitely. And we love kids. Everybody loves kids to an extent. There's certain things like you can't an infant crying, so a baby, that's different. I mean, maybe the baby's sick. We don't know. I will leave. I'm not going to tell them to leave. But a kid who can talk and say, hey, I want to eat this and this and that, and I want this for Christmas. They should be able to, they can get cut loose, let loose, but they need to be exercised. And let's go to the playground for 20 minutes. And then, okay, let's calm down on the balcony. This is for relaxing. Let's talk. We can talk. To me, the balcony is should be, I don't know how they can make them soundproof. You really can't. That's why I like the infinite verandas on Celebrity and the Icon class. I think Utopia has some of them too. But you can sit out there and say, you know what, let me roll this window up. This kid is getting on my nerves, and just roll it up so you can't hear it. But you can still, sit out there and kind of see and that kind of stuff. So I do like that aspect of it. Uh, you know, those are good. I really like those rooms. Some people don't like them, but I love those rooms. There was a 5 to 6 year old in the elevator by herself, no supervision, and she was walking the hall looking for trouble. Trouble's gonna find her too. That's scary. Who lets their kid like that? That's a young kid. On my Panama cruise, there was only one child. When we were on our Panama too, I think there was like 4 or 5. Like we would see them here and there, and when we would see, we're like a kid. It was weird. We saw one in the dining room, like I've never seen that kid this whole like 14 days. Where is it? Where has the kid been? And just like, hey, mommy, daddy, and very, very adult like little kid sitting there, like, can I talk? Like, not like, ah. So I think only a certain type of kids going on the Panama cruise. That it was nice. We felt like kids on our Panama cruise on Celebrity Summit, and then we went on. Oh my gosh, Royal Caribbean Navigator of the Seas right after that, 2 days after, and I felt like an old man on that ship because it was nothing but kids, nothing but families, kids. It was a weekend cruise, just full of people. Very like you saying, KB, Royal Caribbean family group, and I don't know. I think we're gonna come away with Virgin feeling happy about that no kids stuff. And to me, you can tell an adult to go on with themselves. If we're on Virgin and a rowdy, hey, y'all get out of here. You can't say that to a kid because someone's gonna be, you don't talk to my kid like that. So I'm excited for Virgin, and I doubt anyone's going to be on our Princess cruise because it's going to be maybe some kids, but not because it's 14 days in Norway, Iceland. So I doubt there's going to be like hordes of children. But these Royal Caribbean and Carnival 7 day or less, they're going to be maxed out. Maxed out. I appreciate the smaller ships now without all the bells and whistles. Yeah, Reflection had less kids for sure. But we saw more kids than we thought. But I think because it was such a short cruise versus the other celebrity ships we've been on, very few kids. Like when we went on our 10 day on Celebrity Beyond, very little kids because I guess 10 days. No one's like, we can't take the kids for 10 days out there. What are you nuts? They're gonna be crazy out there. And it was a lot of young people though, and a lot of British people. And I have nothing wrong with British people. I like British people, but I heard them talking smack about Americans and our accents. And I think because when me and this is an so for you British people out there, I heard what you said about us. Me and Brittany were in a jacuzzi or in the plunge pool on the Celebrity Beyond. There's 2 of them, and we were quiet. Other people came in talking. They met up with some other people. The people who came in didn't know that we weren't British. I guess maybe they thought we were because we were in a pool with British people. And then there was some guy walked down with like a southern accent. Hey, mama, wait for me, like walking down the pathway. And he went, someone said, oh, the American people and their accents. American people they just sound so slow. And maybe, you know, he said, and I say, so what? I was like, I said, well, maybe. I guess we poked fun at them, but I was like, wait a minute now. But then I realized I'm not in America. We were actually in St. Kitts on the Celebrity Beyond, and I was like, man, this man is going to get in trouble one day saying that stuff out loud. Go to New York and say that and see what happens. No, I'm just playing. But I was like, wait a minute. I was like, but then I was like, we're in international water, so maybe he could say that. But whatever. That stuff got me. That I was mad, but then I was also like, I'm surprised he just said that too. Like I was shocked. The older I get, the less bells and whistles I need, right? Right. I just need a good bed, some warm food. I don't even need it hot, warm, cold or warm, whatever it is. And drinks when I want them. That's another thing I don't like. Like we were having that trouble. Where's the servers? We got money. We want our drinks. That kind of thing. Yeah, I don't care about the water slide. They're fun, but I don't need any of that stuff. Give me good service. That's what I need. That was crazy though. I said I didn't know that people just say that. Now I guess some of us talk slower in America because they all like like they're talking like, hey, what do you thought you did with all the like really some of them some, and they have different dialects. This is how we do. Like we have the New York, the Northeast, the Midwest, the South, the West Coast, and then we have the news anchor where people say that's what I sound like. In tonight's news on News Channel 11, but so we got it going on too. I don't know. Maybe he was just drinking. I tell you what, they were all bright red and they were peeling and burning on top of the peeling. I'm like, y'all need to put some clothes on. Even I put my long sleeve on at that day because we were out there. I'm like, we've been out here too long. I need to go get my sun shirt because that's too much. It was sunny all day. It was nice, very nice day. Besides that comment, I was like, interesting guy. But they were all like, yeah, mate, yeah, mate. I'm like, mate. If I was drinking, I probably would have said something. I would have said, excuse me. I mean, what he said wasn't bad, but he was on the border. And maybe that guy's accent was technically slower because he was talking like that, and he had a cigarette in his hand too. But they were all trying to smoke in that pool, and you can't smoke in there. I think a lot of British people smoke cigarettes, at least on cruises. Nothing wrong with that if you're a smoker, but I'm just saying. I just noticed those things. A lot of the British people were like, "Hi, Matt," and flicking. I'm like, "Whoa, we got to get out of here." All right, guys, that's it for me. I think I've said enough here. But Princess Cruises, Virgin Voyages, I'm excited. So I'm trying two different brands, not till next year, but I'm expanding my cruise education. And remember, I am now a travel agent also. So if you have any questions, if you just want me to price something for you, no pressure. I'm not going to hound you. You follow back with me if you want it. I'm not going to be like, hey, I got you that estimate. You want it? I think a lot of people are scared to reach out to travel agents, and maybe some of them do that. I'm not going to do that because I did it more for me and my family and friends. I get discounts now and access to a lot of things that I didn't before. And I can also help you find discounts. Sometimes there isn't any on my end, but if there is, I'll be happy to get them for you. So keep that in mind when you're doing your cruise questioning and looking for stuff. And I now have way more resources at my fingertips, which is scary. No, but yeah, no pressure. I'm not going to hound you. I will send you whatever it is you're looking for, the estimate, the quote, and then that's it. If you want it, let me know. No pressure. I'm not going to, I don't want to do that. Hey, where are you at? You promised me a deposit. I'm not doing that. So don't worry about that. Whew. Great talk. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate that. Exactly. Okay, guys, have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And happy cruising. And remember to stop and take some time to explore and wonder. Those are very important. You can do that every day of your life. You don't have to be on a cruise necessarily, but stop to smell the roses here and there. Life is too short. Life is too short. Thank you for joining me, guys. Enjoy your night. Bye-bye.